Hello YouTube, I'm doing some recording here. I wish I had my marker, but there's my queen. There's my queen, there's my girl. Found her. Now I just wish I had a way to mark her. Need to find a way to mark her. Alright, there she is. She's there. Now I know what she looks like. Alright YouTube, well, I finally got the software from Jeremy. I've had it for a couple weeks now. He has access to my system, so he can make any updates that need to be done. Jeremy's a good guy. I like the software he's been working on. He's been working on it almost a year, maybe a little bit more. I know him and Jeremy been looking at making something like this for a while. Jeremy has been really working some long hours on this bit of software, which is some great software. I like it. There's a few things I like to add to it since I am using the grid, whereas right now the software is mainly designed for an off-grid system, someone that uses strictly just solar and battery and don't really rely on the grid as a backup, whereas I use the grid and I'm using my solar as a supplementary to my power usage. And as my system grows, the more and more I'll no longer be reliant on the grid. Just in case, he has a nice system. I'll show you here later my website, and you can go check his system out when it's in operation and running. It'll show you all his stuff that's happening as well, all the charts and things like that. And Jeremy, he has a small system too, like I do, so you'll get to see what his system's doing. But this is a work in progress still. He's been adding a lot of stuff, fixing a lot of bugs that's in the software. Well, right now here you are, you're seeing my screen, you're seeing what my system's doing right now. Currently I am running off grid, as you can see right here, running off grid, and I'm green. When it is running on grid, it'll be red, and the lines will be red instead of green. I can also, if I want to, I can switch it manually to grid. If for some reason I'm having some issues and I need to switch over, I can, but I'm not. I've currently have 2,266 watts of solar outside, and you can already see I've already hit a peak of 2,412 watts. So it's I'm somehow pulling almost 100 and some odd watts off solar panels. So I'm pulling more than what the solar panels are rated at, which is great. Not many companies build a product that's like that. So far my solar panels are just like the PIP. Or on here it says giant, but I have a PIP. I don't have the the nice little pretty red cover like they do in Australia, since I just bought mine from overseas. But it's the same unit. I can show details of the IPS, but you can also view this close to all this information off the website as well. There's a few things that don't show up. It just gives you the bare minimum what's going on. I've only got one unit, so I'll show you on the website. It only show the one unit, the power coming out of it, but it gives me everything I need. The watts going into the home, solar coming in, solar voltage, what mode I'm running in right now, battery. So here's all my information for that. Let's see, I can also have charts down here. It gives me a lot of information on how much power I've used. Like today so far, I've used 16 kilowatt. As you can tell, it says today's house kilowatt 16, and it shows me 16. Looks like I've been going down or up. I can't tell which direction. See 79. Yeah, looks like I've been using less power. So something's changed around on here. Alright, let's go to house, and let's go to, actually I'm going to show you what solar. So far I've hit a peak of about almost 12 kilowatt on the solar so far. I think it was on a Sunday, yeah. 11.98 kilowatt that one day. Let's see, I can also show you what I used in the house that day. So I'm using about 46 kilowatt. I only got 3 circuits that's running off my PIP, that's as a backup, and I've got AC units on there. I've got 2 AC units. Microwave gets used on there at times. I mean, there's all kinds of things. There's a lot of power that's being drawn just on those 3 circuits. I've used a top of 5 kilowatt off that when the air conditioners are on and the microwave are all on at the same time. I've got 3 TVs. I got a big TV in the house that's 300 watts by itself that the kids love to have on all the time. And then they've got their TVs. Why they use my TV, they do it anyhow. Half the time all the lights are on. They're all LED, but still, you know, when you have kids, they eat some power up. But I mean, I like the software. It runs good. There's a few, like I said, there's a few things I like to see added. The one thing I like to see is, like right now it says yesterday's house kilowatt use, 24 kilowatt. Yesterday was really cloudy, so I didn't have the AC units on, so I used less power. For today, I'm used 16 kilowatt. Yesterday had very little solar come in. Today we're already at 4 kilowatt. It's still cloudy outside, but we're getting a little bit more sun out. So we've produced more kilowatt, more power today. But what I like to see in here as well, like, you know how it shows yesterday's house kilowatt used and then the solar, I like to see one more little spot in there. I don't know if Jeremy will be able to do it or not. Since I am physically actually connected to the grid, what I like to see is exactly how much power I used of the grid compared to the solar. Because, I mean, yes, I can bring in 4 or 12 kilowatt, and no, I cannot subtract. I can't take 3 kilowatt and subtract it from 24 kilowatt, because that really wouldn't be a true number, because it takes power to charge my battery bank back up. And sometimes it can be, you know, if you pull, let's say, 5 kilowatt out of the battery bank to power your home, it might have took 7, 8 kilowatt to charge the battery bank back up. So I like to see when I'm physically, like right now I'm running off grid, I like to see this be able to log, you know, the amount of power I'm using at the time that I'm running off grid. That'll give me the total kilowatt at that time being used. Then I can see, you know, how much power I physically actually save, because let's say I use 3 kilowatt off grid, you know, and then I used 21 kilowatts, you know, from the actual grid itself. And then I can actually see exactly how much solar it physically took to recharge my battery banks, recoup them, and also power the home all at the same time. So that's just a few extra things I like to see on there. But, you know, right now this is geared for a totally off-grid system that's really connected to the grid, which is okay. It works. It gives me a quick overview of what I've got. But like I said, this is still a work in progress from Jeremy. They're still finding bugs. They're still tweaking it. They're adding things, taking things out. So it'll take a while to get everything where he wants it at. And soon he'll have this available for everybody. So I'm going to take you to the website. Let me get my web page pulled up here. Here's my website, YouTube and friends. I've got links on there, and I'll add a link down in the bottom in the description so you can go to the website. My website's also on my YouTube channel and stuff like that. When you click on, open it up, you're going to see I've got contacts, other companies where I like to buy products from. Products, I've only got one listed in there. Forum, renewable energy systems and technology. I still got to work on that because that's actually supposed to be over here, so I got to remove that. So I got to work on the website a little bit. Alright, McCune's Power and Solar System, you can click on that and it'll bring you to this page here. There you go, it'll have a list up there. It gives you a little bit more information on the software itself and what I like about it and some of the things I like to see added to it. But you can also click on McCune's Power System, and then you can view my system wherever you guys live at and see what my system's doing live. It gives you information, you know, like right here, you can see he's still working on it. Somehow the solar volts and solar watts got swapped around, but like I said, he's still working on the system, so he'll get that all flipped back around and fixed. But, you know, if you guys were out somewhere and wanted to see what my system's doing currently, it'll tell you what it's doing and tell you the total amperage coming off the solar. Alright, let's close that down. There we go. And then you'll see what my house is currently using as well. Like right now my house is 3.72 amps at 850 some odd watts. Alright. And that's what my house is using. I got 22% load right now. And
You can check my battery voltage and status is. So now you seen earlier it had 30 amps coming in. As you can tell, only 12 amps is going to charge the battery bank, and then the rest of the 20 or so amps is going to power my home. Alright, so we're running in the positive, so we're charging the battery bank while we're running off grid. But I do have the ACs off in the house because I've got kids running in and out, so I turn that stuff off. There ain't no need to waste power. I only turn that stuff on nowadays just at night because I don't know, they like to waste power. And then when the wife is home, of course, they're on all day, and then the kids run in and out, and the wife don't make the kids either stay out or stay in. But that's all right. That's just what happens. But that's, you know, an overview of my system. The same thing, you can view my system charts as well. You can see my house power, solar. Remember, I do not have a hybrid, but you can see my battery. So they give you all the information on there. So like I can go all the way back to show these days. You know, 8 kilowatt that day. Let's see what that day was. See, 10.7 kilowatt on that day. And it gives you all kinds of good information. It gives you monthly, what I've created so far monthly. For the whole month. Let's see. I ain't got the time on here yet set up, but so far 59.76 for last month, because we are in a new month. We're 5 days into this month, and this was only just for a few days last month. That gives me, so far this month, I've pulled in 29 kilowatt from the solar. That's monthly, so let's see what we got weekly. This will give me every week what I've created, or what I've pulled off the solar. And they must be still working on it. He's still working on the charts and stuff. That gives you what each week. I'll start showing you each week what I've created or what I've made. This week is, well, today's Sunday, so this week will be over with soon. And total for yearly. $89 kilowatt, which I can't wait till, you know, a full year to see exactly what I've used. I mean, I've got this software in April, or actually May, from Jeremy. So like I said, I've only been using it for a couple weeks. So we'll see what we've gotten in approximately 6 months, see exactly how much solar I produce. But like I said, I like to see exactly a true number, like the amount of solar I physically use to power my home. Let's say like out of that 89 kilowatt, I used, let's say I would have probably used, let's say 60 kilowatt to physically power my home. I like to be able to see that, so I can see exactly how much of that solar I'm actually physically using to power home. So that's just a suggestion to my buddy Jeremy, see if that's something he can add to it, since I do use the grid. Now when I go off grid, then I guess that ain't really going to matter, because I know exactly, you know, how much power I've used for solar. But I mean, this gives you a quick view if you guys want to look at it. Like I said, still a work in progress. You can also check out just in cases. You can check his out. Here's his. Alright, right now he has no solar coming in, because you can see the green bars coming to the battery bank, and it's powering his home currently. And you don't see no green bars coming down from the solar, so it's nighttime over there. And the same thing for his hybrid over here. And just like with mine, you can see what his house is currently drawing. He's only drawing less than 100 watts. He's got a very energy efficient home, so. And it shows that he's got the 2 units. Alright. As you can tell, there's nothing really happening right now, since there's no solar coming in. But, you know, when he's got solar coming in, you can see exactly what his system's using and what his system's doing. And just like with my system, you can also see his charts. Alright. And the same thing with Jeremy O'Hara. You can check his out. His is on here. And just like me, he's actually got 2 of the Giants, and he's got the Midnight. He's still working on his. His is not fully up to date yet, so he'll get his all put together soon. But there you guys go. I have links to this down in the description. You can go in there. You can check out Jeremy's stuff. You can check out Just In Case's stuff. You can check out their YouTube channels. You can get in contact with them, talk to them, and hey, comment on their videos, subscribe to them. I'll put links to their YouTube channels in the comments down below, so you can comment, subscribe to them. Alright, YouTube. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for that. Alright, talk to you guys later. Alright, YouTubers, you're at the end of the video. The Queen says, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button.